This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Visit betterhelp.com/Padilla because sometimes existing is exhausting.
My name's Anthony Padilla, and today I'll be spending a day with Tubbo to uncover how Tubbo's rapidly become one of the most beloved entertainers on the internet at just 17 years old. How he bet almost his entire income on a Minecraft server that will likely change the landscape of gaming forever, and the jarring reactions from kids at school after he exploded in popularity overnight. By the end of this video, we'll find out if entertaining millions of followers and subscribers has been a wholly rewarding experience, or if trading his humble private life for immense fame has come with struggles and hardship more agonizing than anyone could ever fully comprehend. Hello, Tubbo!
Hello, nice to meet you, man.
Welcome to the US. This is your first time here?
It's absolutely crazy here. Everything is just slightly supersized compared to the UK. There's some things that we just don't even have.
Like what?
Best Buy.
Best Buy, gotta get down with Best Buy.
It's just so different from anything I've ever seen before.
What have you done so far?
We've been driving around in a supercar, which is amazing.
Yeah, when you arrived here, I was like, oh, are you the blue Mini Cooper? He was like, we're in the blue McLaren. And I hear this rumbling, assuming that it's like some kind of like work truck or something, and you pull out from behind the...
I feel like such a snob.
And then you get out wearing the jacket.
Corpse gave me this jacket and these chains.
You were dressed by Corpse for this
Corpse
video.
dressed me for this video.
When did you first start streaming?
I started streaming 3 years ago, but it only really took off like a year and a half ago.
What was your first content on the internet like?
It was me and my friend. We played a server called Mineplex, and we would record like 5-6 minute videos a day. I'd put them into Movie Maker and upload like 5 a day.
Did they pop off?
No! One of them got 6 views once and I shat myself.
Can you pull those up?
I can pull up the ones before then.
So how old were you here?
13.
My friends, a dark day has become.
Yes!
No!
War has broken out
Yes!
over Minecraft, and it's our job to unite all the nations once again.
Oh, you're killing me inside. I haven't heard that in so long.
Has your name online always been Tubbo?
Oh God, no. Superman Power 500 is the first.
Yes!
After that, I was like, no, this isn't good enough for me. Then I went to Blue Turtle, and I'm like, okay.
Getting close.
And then Spectrum XP.
The internet service in Los Angeles?
We don't have that in the UK, so I'm like, Spectrum, yes! And then after Spectrum XP came Orphic Tubbo.
Orphic, like AWWTHICC?
No, Orphic.
Orphic.
Orphic Tubbo. And then I'm like, this kind of sucks. Why is my name on Twitch Orphic Tubbo? That's too long to say. And I'm like, I wonder if just Tubbo's available. And it wasn't. I'm like, whoa.
How did your content continue to evolve?
This channel stopped because we moved house and I didn't get internet for like 2 months. So I'm like, well, I guess I can't do this anymore. So we had this one little box that I would sit on top of my computer with a SIM card on it, and it would be just enough to stream at 2,500 bitrate at 15 FPS in 480p. I met Tommy a week into me starting streaming. He raided me with 29 viewers and I lost my collective shit, 40 viewers, and I'm like, oh my God. And then he was like, you're amazing, let's go MVC. And then I spoke to him for the first time on stream, and that VOD is still out there.
26 people are watching me, Jesus Christ. My follower count's literally skyrocketed. He got me 10 followers.
And I remember staring at this VC, having it open on Discord, like, do I join? And then if I hadn't clicked that connect button, I wouldn't be here. He was the one which is like, okay, this is a huge opportunity playing on our Hypixel Skyblock Island. This is before the Dream SMP. And he was like, you need to be daily uploading. I'm like, how do I do that?
That's so much time.
Because I was like, I can't afford to pay an editor. And I was very, very lucky to find this one editor that was willing to really, really help me with all my videos. I would stream and I would record the videos live on stream so I could stream and record at the same time, like the wombo combo effect. And then we split the VOD in half. He goes, we're watching it at like 8 times speed, chopping it up.
So you can release something every single
day. And I managed to do this for 2 weeks until I collapsed and passed out at my bed. I never really understood the phrase on the grind, but in those 2-week period,
it means feeling like you're gonna die constantly.
It is. The grind is on the verge of death. I had dreams about video ideas. That's how stupid it got. I had this one reoccurring nightmare every single night. I was running away from the upload button.
What?
I was
literally.
But I did that, and in that time, I managed to grow the stream from 3-5 viewers to 20-40 viewers. And that 2 week of grind was so rewarding.
You almost killed yourself to get 20 to 40.
Yes.
So it paid off.
It did.
Good job. Worth it.
Yeah.
Did you have one thing that kind of blew up, or was it a consistent growth period?
Very roller coaster of emotion. I've never spoken about this before, but when I was feeling really demotivated, I went on these websites and I was like, pay £200 a month for a Twitch viewer bot. I was looking at it and I'm like, oh my God, is that what I need? Do I need to buy a viewer bot?
To inflate it, to make it look like you were popular?
I never did it. From my daily uploading, I went from like 40 viewers and I stopped the daily uploading and I went back down to 5. I was in red alert, I was panicking. And then I did more research about people who got caught for using viewer bot and I'm like, ah! And looking back, I am so incredibly fortunate I didn't do that. If Twitch found out, they would have just deleted my channel.
Right,
Like,
and you would
right
not
off.
be
I would not
here today.
But then, one day, I was at school and I was invited to SMP Earth. From SMP Earth, I was able to get 100 average viewers. So I kept the 100 viewers and I really went hard. I got to like an average of 300 viewers on my own. And then Tommy joined the Dream SMP, and then Dream messaged him, from my understanding, like after his first stream, was like, hey, if you want a mate on the server, we're looking to expand it. And then he put forward my name. He could have put forward anyone, but he chose me as well. And then my first stream on there, I broke 1,000 viewers.
Damn.
And then I broke 7,000 viewers. And then after that, I broke 10. Then the first law stream, I broke 20. Second law stream, I broke 40. Third law stream, I broke 200,000.
That's how quickly it blew up?
The jump from 40 to 200,000 was like a month.
What were you thinking there sitting? Like, did you have your numbers on? Could you see how many viewers were in there?
Honestly, after that stream, I threw up. Like, genuinely. Once a number gets past a certain threshold, for me, it's unquantifiable. Past 500 was unquantifiable. So on that first stream, I'm like, there's enough people here to topple an empire. What am I doing here?
When did you realize that you could turn this into a full-time career?
Yeah, so I got my first paycheck, and I'm like, holy crap, I can buy a car!
In one paycheck, you had enough to buy a car.
Yeah! And that blew my mind.
Did you show your parents?
So I showed my parents, and they're like, and we all just kind of sat there like, did we ever really talk about it? Because my dad sat back there.
Yeah.
I very remember in the beginning, you guys were convinced that the people donating were pedophiles. And looking back at it, there were some dodgy ones.
Because you were what? You were like 15, 16.
In hindsight, the first person that ever donated me probably was a wrong one, so they were right to have that. It went from one low end of the extreme to one unfathomably high end, and my sense of money has been so unbelievably warped because I constantly go to my mum and dad like, was this too much to pay for this? I don't know how much this is supposed to cost.
When that happens to someone, they either stay living the lifestyle that they had beforehand, or they go the opposite way and then they just start spending all the money because they're like, I'm used to living with none. What does it matter if I spend it all?
I went to Pizza Hut and I had no idea what an acceptable amount was to tip. I tipped something like 400 times the bill.
What?
No, not 400 times, 400% more than the bill.
Oh, okay, 400%.
400% more, sorry.
So four times the bill.
Yeah, 4 times the bill. And I'm like, yeah, that seems about right. And then I spoke about it afterwards and they're like, you did what?
So you were still going to school when you blew up?
When I was in secondary school, 3 days before COVID closed it down, I had announced my Instagram and I turned my school Instagram into my streaming Instagram.
You mean you're the one that you used for classmates?
Yeah. And then on stream that night, I announced it and I went up 300,000 followers in 3 hours.
So then everyone at your school saw it?
Like for the last 3 days, I had people kind of like, it was the year of my GCSEs, which is the massive exam you take to get your real life qualification.
And you're supposed to take that at school?
Yeah, I was failing almost every single class.
Because you were spending too much time streaming?
Yeah.
120
I never
hours a
actually
week.
told father that, but I was failing everything. I never did a piece of homework in my life. First I put it into Grammarly and swapped out all the words, and then I put it into an algorithm to change it. That's how I submitted my English homework, because I'm very dyslexic.
I see your dad over there just shaking his head right now.
I almost managed to program a Python thing to do it for me. So I could just press go, input the sheet, and it would do all of it for me.
So you were more of a programmer than an essay writer?
Yeah, I really cheated, which is why I was so stressed for the exam, and then I didn't have to do them. God is on my side.
So much head shaking from your dad back there. Have you seen any creepy stuff of you online? Before we continue learning about the world of Tubbo,
Which is criminal. It's not very nice. It makes me feel a little bit like, maybe it's time to pack this whole streaming thing up.
it's violating.
Yeah, it's definitely a new level of invasion of privacy.
I wanted to give you a couple recommendations for some other incredible things to watch that I have absolutely no bias toward whatsoever. Like, there's this episode on YouTube called I Spent a Day with Dream. There's I Spent a Day with Corpse. I Spent a Day with Carl. Oh, and there is also an upcoming episode in a couple weeks, apparently called I Spent a Day with Rambo. Totally not recommending you to go down there and click subscribe and click the notification bell just to know. For no reason. And also, a lot of you have been asking me, Anthony, how do you fund your show? To which I would respond by thanking Purple for sponsoring this episode and dropping a few details, like Purple mattresses provide incredible comfort while you sleep by using what they call the grid, a revolutionary ventilated design that allows air to flow through it seamlessly so you could stay cool all night without flipping the pillow halfway through the night, which honestly is one of the biggest things that prevents me from having a thorough night's sleep for once in my goddamn life, because that pillow becomes a hot brick, but then halfway through the night, no problems with Purple pillows. And right now, you'll support this series and get 10% off any order of $200 or more by going to purple.com/Padilla and using promo code Padilla. Baby, again, that's all so easy to remember, right? Purple.com/Padilla with promo code Padilla. You'll get 10% off any order of $200 or more and support this series. Terms apply, of course. So get in there quick. Back to the world of Tubbo. Have you ever felt like your self-worth was attached to any of your numbers or viewership?
100%. It's because it's so daunting on how it's every single dashboard you click on as a creator on Twitch has a massive green up arrow and confetti or a red
You suck, your life is shit arrow.
When I saw 30,000 viewers, I'm like, what the hell? What am I doing wrong? This is a pattern. There will be ups and downs, but it still made me really not want to stream.
Because you were scared of seeing that lower number?
Yeah, and then hence I made an alt channel and I streamed on there like 12 hours a day, and then I never streamed on my main. Looking back at it now, I was so stupid, and I fixed all of this. One day I went on Phil's stream and I was like, Phil, your viewers fluctuate from like 90,000 to like 15. How do you stay unaffected by it? And he's like, May, I just turned off the viewer count, May. And I'm like, you can do that? And then he showed me how to turn it off, and I have never had more fun streaming than I have now.
Opening up that part of your brain that was dedicated to all that worry and stress that you're giving regarding numbers. Once you stopped worrying about that, do you feel like it opened yourself up to work on all these cool things that you're now working on?
100%. As soon as I stopped that, like the creativity I felt is like unmatched to ever before. Everything I'm doing right now is what I've been dreamed of and been ambitious about since I was like 11. And being able to do these amazing things, I really wish I could talk about some. There's some I can, but there's some I can't. I can tell you if you want.
I will bleep this for you.
I'm making...
No! Yes! How far out are we from that?
So it's been worked on for quite a while now. And also, I'm making which covers the entire process of coming up with the concept of the idea from start to finish.
Well, I'm gonna bleep all of it, and that's on my grave.
Better be.
I will bleep. I promise. I promise.
If I hype it up now, it'll be ruined. I promise.
I promise. I pinky promise. I will bleep that.
Sacred vow.
The sacred. This is
vow.
sacred. You must get recognized a lot.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
But you blew up during the pandemic, so...
It was kind of a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
But when I came out of quarantine, it was immediate, relentless. And then my local town newspaper, the Bognor Observer, did like this story on me where they'd taken photos of me, which I don't even know where it's from. They'd like tracked me down and taken photos of me.
Wait, they literally got paparazzi style photos.
It was
personal investigator
scary.
style.
These photos were taken when me and one of my old schoolmates were at the arcade. And
Did you have no idea these photos were being taken until it was published?
Yeah, and I was a little bit like, is this just how it is, or is this wrong?
Has fame taught you anything about privacy?
I was always under the impression that the world was wonderful and everyone was really nice.
I remember those good old days.
It kind of dawned on me like a couple months ago, like, you know what? Not everything is safe.
It's kind of sad when that naive side of you gets kind of sucked out of you.
In terms of the content thing, I was under the impression that all the content stuff was amazing all the time.
Yeah.
But when that was I was kind of like, oh, this doesn't feel so good. I experienced burnout for the first time. And I was like, let's just sleep for 24 hours for like 3 days.
Is that all that worked? Was that it?
Yeah.
You just needed sleep?
Just lying in my bed completely still for like 18 hours at a time.
Just like giving yourself a chance to not be looking at social media,
it's like
thinking about
factory
streaming.
reset, if you will.
Yeah.
Because, you know, life is exhausting.
Sometimes existing is exhausting.
Yeah.
Have you seen any creepy stuff of you online?
Yes.
I feel like that just comes with the territory, right? No one can prepare you for what you're about to see of yourself online the moment that you become popular.
There is some very sexual images of me on the internet.
And you are 17, by the way.
Yes, which is criminal. It's not very nice. It makes me feel a little bit like maybe it's time to pack this whole streaming thing up.
It's violating.
Yeah, it's definitely a new level of invasion of privacy. The reason I signed up especially was just to have a nice creative outlook. And I know that's quite the same with a lot of other people.
Yeah.
It comes with all these downsides and you never really hear much about the downside. I feel like I'm gripping at the very little privacy I have left. Like, it's like I'm holding it. I'm like, no, I earned this privacy, leave me alone.
How does that relate to dating and public relationships?
There's a couple things that I'll never talk about ever on the internet, and that is dating, relationship, very close friends. That is the minuscule strand. I think I would lose my mind if I lost that.
Man, if I'm gonna be honest, I dropped down.
You made a music video. You made a song for the first time. Was that your first song that you ever made?
That was my first time I ever delved into
your
music.
first song, Life by the Sea, your first song you ever made, 11 million views on YouTube, 17 million plays on Spotify.
Really?
I know you haven't looked at the numbers.
I haven't looked at
I just
that.
looked at the
That's
numbers.
amazing.
That's a 28 million collective views/listens.
No way!
In just a matter of a few months.
I shit you not, I haven't checked it since like a week after I published it. That has just blown my mind. I had no idea.
Would you say that the lyrics in this song are the most vulnerable you've ever been? I feel like you talked about so many deep
When I
things.
wrote the song, this was probably the peak of me being really stressed by the numbers. And I use this as a form of escapism, but you might think you have to accelerate all the time, but realistically, slowing down can make your content miles better.
Life is about ups and downs constantly.
100%.
Right?
It's so healthy to always have the mindset of, I'm gonna do better than that, because you might never, but that doesn't matter. It's about having the mindset and the positivity.
That really does trickle down to everything in life, because once you start getting scared about the fall and of like experiencing moments that aren't as great as the one before, then you guarantee yourself that you will never experience something as great, because you're gonna be stuck in that worry cycle. And that worry cycle is
100%.
guaranteeing that you're never gonna be as happy as you possibly can be, do as much as you possibly can.
It's so important to be in a good place mentally in order to create the things you love and enjoy creating the things you love.
You talked about some things that you'd never talked about before. You mentioned that you crashed your parents' car the first time that you drove.
Sorry.
Was your dad in the car?
My whole family was. My sisters were in the back taking quote unquote terror selfies. My mum was in the passenger seat teaching me how to drive. So she's like, this is the accelerator, this is the clutch, because obviously everything's manual in the UK.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to find the biting point where the clutch and the accelerator leveled out. And then I found it and she's like, brake. I'm like, where's the brake?
So she taught you about the clutch and the gas pedal, but not the brake.
And then she was screaming, brake, brake, brake. And I was stressing and doing this with the wheel, and then we went right into a grass verge.
Was the car okay?
The car was indeed okay.
Now I got that out of the way. Were the humans okay?
Physically fine.
Emotionally,
Therapy's what they need for that.
you've gone on to sell a ton of merch and ukuleles.
That was a very out there idea, making for merch.
You sold out, right?
Yeah, like that. The factory that was manufacturing the ukulele was like, you need to stop, we can't make this many.
There's not enough trees on this planet.
They did manage to clutch up and make them, but it was so stressful. In the first 3 minutes of the shop, what I can say, there was over 200,000 people on the site.
200,000 people on the site.
It was something ludicrous like that.
200,000
Just in the
people.
queue, watching the timer tick
Just waiting
down.
to buy something.
And I'm like, holy shit. And see, the thing is, after I sold my merch, that opened up so many more doors, because a lot of the limiting factor for my ambitious ideas was the money side of things. After I sold my merch, I'm like, let's just go ham. Let's do it all.
What are these new projects that you're working on now that you can actually afford to fund them?
TubNet is my Minecraft network, which I'm working on. All Minecraft server technology has been stuck in the Minecraft version 1.8, which came out 7 years ago.
When you were 10 years
when I was
old.
10, these servers were beginning.
Yeah.
And now there is so much more opportunity, and we're able to do things which have never been attempted in Minecraft before, such as full cross-compatibility from iPhone to Nintendo Switch, Xbox to computer.
Has that ever been done?
Never been done on a scale this large, because the technology just wasn't there. But my developers, I can't praise them enough. They're absolutely amazing. My team of managers, artists, they're absolutely, like, there's about 20 to 30 people working on this project.
There's a huge hole in the
There's a
market.
whole
It feels like
I know,
it should be
and-
done by now, right?
Yeah, and the main thing I want to drive home with this server is that there's so many scummy servers which extort money and are so pay to win and promote gambling to kids. But I just want to not promote gambling to children. How hard is that not to do? Sorry. Like,
It seems like that would be the baseline, right?
that's like the bottom rung. No gambling. Obviously, the server needs to make revenue, but everything you buy, you get. Like, it's going to be focused on cosmetics, ranks, skins, nothing that will take away from the core gameplay. No pay to win. I'm going to run events, and I really want to drive in like this new kind of era of Minecraft competitive gameplay, where we get casters and do commentary and esports events streamed on a
There are no
partner Twitch.
esports that people do with
There is
Minecraft
no
yet,
esports
right?
with Minecraft. The closest thing would be either MCC or Twitch rivals.
Yeah.
It doesn't compare to having the arena, the commentator, the casters, the teams assembled with the best people who have refined and like honed the skills that we have developed and created.
You almost want Mojang to come in
I want them to step up, quite
officially
frankly.
try to do what you're doing.
Yeah, there is so much missed opportunity. And in the future, if this goes well, I'm really looking to build TubNet out into like either a game development studio so we can actually start to change games, which I think is going to be amazing.
How much money have you sunk into this idea? Can you say?
So it's too much to say. It's literally a black hole. It sucks away my soul. Everything. That sounds like an exaggeration, but it has taken all of it.
Is that a good investment, Dad?
I'm hoping so.
Hoping
Yeah, he's
so.
really hoping so. I want people to play TubNet who have no idea who I am, and I want it to be when I'm like 24 and retired.
Super old and
Yeah.
wrinkly and 24.
100%. I wanted people to be able to go on TubNet and be like, this is an amazing game company. They've
Yeah.
made something amazing here.
Regardless of your name.
Yeah, because I don't want to brand it as Tubbo Network or something like that. I want it to be TubNet. I want it to be completely separated from me. So if you know me, you're like, oh, that makes sense, it's his. But if you play it and you don't know, you're like, this is amazing. This company, every company should be like this.
Right.
This should be the new precedent.
You just have so many passions and you're excited about so many things.
I feel so excited about everything. Sometimes I find my own excitement a little bit draining, but right now I'm on an excitement high.
I mean, I was going through the comments in the community post, so many people just telling me how inspired they are by you and your
Really?
excitement and your passion, and you've just made such a positive impact on so many people's lives.
That's mental. I can't even comprehend that. I try to focus on the good things, and it makes it a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah. What do you think is the biggest misconception about you?
I make a lot of mistakes. Like, everyone always comes to me and they're like, oh my God, how does you succeed at everything you do first time? And I have failed so many times. It's not first time. It's just I don't really talk about the failures because I'm embarrassed by it. Like, failure is embarrassing, but if not for the failure, I would never be here.
Many people think that when they have a failure, that means that they are a failure.
Which
and
is not the
therefore,
case at
it's
all.
time to stop, give up that thing you already failed. No reason to keep making yourself look bad or be embarrassed.
Fail, and fail properly. It's about how you react to your failure. It's about getting up after you fail, because you can fail and feel bad about it. By all means, feel shitty about failing, because failing should make you feel bad, because that drive you feel when you feel bad to do better is what makes amazing things.
All right, you got 5 seconds to shout out or promote anything you want directly into there.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Batman.
Batman who?
This isn't a joke because I didn't think of anything.
Get him!
Yeah! Subscribe to Anthony. All of the interviews are very good, and he knows how to fall from the ceiling.
I do know how to fall from the ceiling.
He's
but-
going to teach me how to do it. The deal was, I tell you my
shit.
secret project. You
I've
teach
never
me how
taught
to fall-
anyone how to
Right.
do it. I've never told anyone
Can I fall
before,
from the ceiling
ever.
right now? Will you make me fall from the ceiling?
Let's do it.
Okay. Hi, my name is Tubbo, and today I will be spending a day with Anthony Padilla.
Yes! Well, there you have it. I spent a day with Tubbo, and among so many things, one thing that stood out most to me is the way Tubbo sees life through the lens of what excites him most rather than focusing on the things that drain him.
I'm working on such stuff that I've dreamed of from. I just spat on you. I'm so
No,
sorry.
you didn't. I caught it in my
I not?
mouth. It tasted great. What?
Oh, does that make me a super spreader?
We took tests. We took
did,
COVID
We're
tests.
tested. We're tested.